I compared my husband to every successful man I saw online, until one terrifying night, I found him collapsed on our bathroom floor. What happened next changed everything I thought I knew about love. Welcome to Lily Tale Talk English, where every story has a heart, a lesson, and a surprise waiting for you. As you enjoy the story, you'll also improve your English naturally through simple conversations and everyday vocabulary. So sit back, relax, and stay with me until the very end, because the ending may not be what you expect. Today's story is about the quiet sacrifices we often fail to notice. The mistakes we make when we take the people we love for granted, and how one unexpected moment can change the way we see someone forever. Stay with me until the end, because this story carries a lesson that might stay with you long after it's over. Now let's begin today's story. My name is Elizabeth. I am 28 years old and my husband Nathan is 30. We have been married for 5 years. If you met Nathan for the first time, you would probably think he was an ordinary man. Simple clothes, a gentle voice, a quiet personality. But to me, he was my entire world. He never shouted at me. He never spoke to me harshly. Whenever I got sick, he stayed awake all night taking care of me. Whenever I came home exhausted from work, a warm cup of tea was already waiting for me. If I cried, he would quietly hold my hand and softly say, "Elizabeth, you're stronger than you realize. I'm proud of you." Looking back now, I wish I had said the same to him at least once. I worked for a large company. I earned about $5,000 a month. I had worked incredibly hard to build my career. I spent countless nights studying, completed extra courses, sacrificed my comfort and sleep. I was proud of everything I had achieved. Nathan, on the other hand, worked as a delivery driver. Every morning before sunrise, he left home to deliver packages through scorching heat, pouring rain, and freezing cold. By the time he came home, his clothes were covered in dust. His feet ached. Exhaustion showed all over his face. Yet he always smiled. He would simply say, "Thank God. At least I have honest work." Then, little by little, something inside me changed. I began comparing our life to everyone else's. On social media, I saw women showing off diamond rings, families buying luxury cars, couples celebrating in beautiful new homes, husbands surprising their wives with expensive gifts. Then I looked at Nathan. The same old shoes, the same simple clothes, never spending money on himself. Instead of noticing everything he sacrificed, I focused only on what he couldn't provide. One evening I asked him, "Nathan, why don't you find a better job?" He looked at me quietly. I continued, "Why don't you start your own business? Other people do it all the time." He lowered his eyes and answered softly, "I don't know anything about running a business, Elizabeth." I should have stopped there, but I didn't. Instead, I replied, "If other men can do it, why can't you?" He didn't argue. He didn't defend himself. Only the sadness in his eyes answered me, and I chose not to see it. What I ignored was something much bigger. Every month, Nathan sent $1,000 to his elderly parents. He paid for their medicine, their treatment, their daily needs, before spending a single dollar on himself. Whatever remained, he placed in my hands. And what did I do? I kept saying, It's still not enough. I never thanked him. I never appreciated his sacrifices. One evening, he came home much later than usual. I asked angrily, "Where have you been?" He calmly replied, "Looking for a second job." I asked, "Did you find one?" He smiled. "Not yet, but I'll keep trying." A week later, he walked through the door with good news. "I found a night job at a restaurant. I'll earn another $2,000 each month." I simply answered, "Good." I never asked, "How will you manage? When will you rest? Will you be okay?" From that day on, Nathan's life became nothing but work. He left home before sunrise, delivered packages all day, worked at the restaurant all night. By the time he returned home, I was already asleep. We lived under the same roof, but slowly became strangers. Then came the night that changed my life forever. I suddenly heard something crash in the bathroom. I ran inside. Nathan was sitting on the floor. His face had turned pale. His hands were shaking. I screamed, "Nathan!" He barely opened his eyes, then whispered, "I'm just so tired." I rushed him to the hospital. After examining him, the doctor looked at me and said, "If he keeps working like this, his body will eventually give up. He needs immediate rest." At that moment, my world fell apart. I sat beside his hospital bed. For the first time in months, I truly looked at him. The dark circles beneath his eyes, his rough, worn-out hands, the exhaustion carved into his face. None of it had happened overnight. These were the marks of months of silent sacrifice. And all I had done was complain. Tears streamed down my face. I held his hand tightly and whispered, "Please forgive me, Nathan. I never understood how much you were giving up for us." Slowly, he opened his eyes. He smiled gently. Then he said the words that shattered my heart forever. "Don't cry, Elizabeth. I only wanted you to be proud of me." That single sentence changed everything. I finally understood that the most valuable things in life are not money, not diamonds, not luxury cars, not expensive houses. The greatest treasure is the person who silently sacrifices their own happiness just to make yours possible. From that day forward, I stopped comparing my life to others. I stopped complaining. I finally saw Nathan for the incredible man he had always been. Now, when I look at him, I don't see a delivery driver. I see a man whose love speaks through his sacrifices. A man who proved his love with actions instead of words. Nathan is not just my husband. He is the greatest blessing of my life. And I finally learned that true love doesn't need to be loud. It simply stays, protects, and never lets go. Sometimes the greatest acts of love are the ones no one notices. We often focus on what people can't give us, while overlooking everything they quietly sacrifice for our happiness. Don't wait for regret to teach you the value of someone who truly loves you. Appreciate them today, because love isn't measured by wealth. It's measured by care, loyalty, and the sacrifices made from the heart. If you were in Elizabeth's place, what would you have done differently? And have you ever met someone like Nathan? Someone who loved quietly through actions instead of words? Share your answer in the comments. I read every single one, and your story could touch someone's heart. Thank you for watching Lily Tale Talk English. I hope today's story touched your heart and helped you improve your English in a simple and enjoyable way. If you enjoyed this story, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new story. Until next time, keep learning, keep believing, and remember, every story has the power to change a life. See you in the next story.